Hello class, this is Mrs. Politsky, and I have notes for Chapter 15, Section 4, the Balkan countries. Follow along as we go through these notes. Number 1, by the 600 BCs, the Greeks had founded colonies on the northern coast of the Black Sea. Later, the Romans would conquer most of this area from the Adriatic Sea to the Danube River. During the Byzantine rule or Byzantine Empire of the late 300 ADs, the people of the Balkans were Orthodox Christians. When the Ottoman Turks invaded from what is now Turkey and came to power from the 1300s to the 1800 ADs, many people of this region were converted to Islam. Around 1914, the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, led to the start of World War I. Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophia happened to be visiting the city of Sarajevo in what is the country of Serbia. And they were assassinated by a member of a terrorist group known as the Black Hand. This man who was from this terrorist group had wanted to see countries like Sarajevo, or countries like Serbia and Croatia and such, have their independence from Austria-Hungary. When World War I ends, the new nation of Yugoslavia was created from what was from once independent countries. Differing ethnic and religious groups, such as your Roman Catholics, your Orthodox Christians, and the Muslims, came into conflict, and this would contribute to the break of the nation of Yugoslavia in the 1990s. The region in the Balkans is very diverse. The people of most of the Balkan countries belong to the Eastern Orthodox Church. Croats are mostly Roman Catholics. Albania is a nation of mostly Muslims. Numbers 6. The Balkan languages originate from three major families: the Slavic, Latin, and Germanic. The Slavic family is related to the Russians. In Romania, the people speak a language developed from Latin, and some of the Romanians speak a language developed from the Germanic family. And as you can see on the map, this kind of shows you a little bit of the population and the languages that they speak. Number 7. Cultural diversity of this region has led to a lot of political problems, making it difficult to unite the people under a central government. Members of the largest religious and ethnic groups in each of the countries tried to get rid of all the other groups. This led to something called ethnic cleansing, the effort to remove all members of a group from a country or a region. In 1995, the United Nations sent peacekeeping forces into Bosnia-Herzegovina to bring an end to the fighting. And as you can see in this cover of Time magazine, one of the things with ethnic cleansing that we saw happening in places like Bosnia were individuals such as the Muslims, which you see here, a group of Muslim men who were rounded up and put into what would basically be a concentration camp and treated horribly. As you can see by this emaciated man, many of these men were starved and treated very cruelly. And this leads to number 8. Albania is the poorest country in Europe and is troubled by high unemployment and crime. Macedonia was once part of Yugoslavia and broke away in 1991. Since has been the only country to do so peacefully. Slovenia broke away from Yugoslavia in 1991, and in 2004 it joined the European Union, or the EU. When Croatia broke away from Yugoslavia, fighting broke out within the country between ethnic Croats and Serbs. Bosnia and Herzegovina were riddled by violence in the early 1990s. Since that time, they had been rebuilding. Serbia and Montenegro have both seen fighting among ethnic groups. The one-time Serbian leader, Slobodan Milosevic, who you see here, pictured below, was arrested in 2001 for war crimes and put on trial at The Hague. He died in 2002. What's unique about this is he was the first man to undergo a war tribunal since World War II. And if you know anything about the war tribunals at Nuremberg, we saw some of the highest ranking Nazis be sentenced for war crimes. Slobodan Milosevic was the first of the modern leaders to see that happen. Though he died in custody, his trial never was completed. Romania is the largest of the Balkan states and has been recovering from years of bad government and poor leadership. Bulgaria has developed a capitalist economy based on industry and tourism. Thank you so much.